What's up, DJ fan? Welcome to another video on our channel. Welcome to another episode of Start to Spin. My name is Diego, also known as DJ Pretty Boy, alongside my boy Shay, also known as DJ Shay. And together we have decided to start this journey to talk about DJ-related content such as product reviews, tips and tricks, trends, and tell our stories as DJs. So whether you're a seasoned DJ or a new DJ just getting started into the DJ world, this is the spot to be. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start this intro. All right,
Yes,
guys, we're
sir.
back. We're back.
We're back.
Another week.
Another week, another
And
show.
yes, another week, another show, and more things to learn about. So today we
Yes.
want to talk about like songs. Like how do you choose your songs? When do you play your songs? And like when in the party and at the time of the party do you play your songs? And specifically, there's specific songs that they need to be played in a specific time of the song. So we're gonna talk about a little bit about that. And go ahead, Shay, tell us what you got.
Yeah. So I started thinking about this, especially this past week. I was doing some preparation for a wedding that I have next week, but the wedding that I was preparing for, the bride had requested the song "Shout." By the I don't know if I'm saying it right, but by the Isley Brothers, which is it's like a classic song.
Mhm.
Which I've heard people on YouTube and stuff talking about how they played that song, but till now I actually haven't had a party where I've played that song because it's not like in my regular rotation,
Yeah.
and I haven't had like a client that requested it. So I started thinking about this then because I'm like, okay, well, I've heard people say that like, okay, this is a song you should play from the beginning to the end. And because it like gets faster and it slows down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then I listened to the song and I'm like, all right, this song is like, it's like over 5 minutes long. I forgot how long it is, but it's a long song. And then it also like, it's kind of old. Like it sounds older, like the recording. So it's like, doesn't have bass. It doesn't have that like, bass line or like punchiness. So I'm like, yo, should I actually play this song for like the whole thing? Like, what if this just like bombs, So, I started thinking about this then, in terms of like, okay, well, what if I decide to start the song in the fast part, but then, if this is a song where like people like the slow part, then I don't know because I've never played it at an event. So, it got me thinking about like, so not only like the song you play, but also playing the song at the right time of the song, and then obviously the right time of the night. So yeah, if we don't, it looks like we don't have that many people in here right now, but if I know Diego's never played this song. We already talked about this, but if anybody in the chat, if you guys know the song "Shout" and have any tips on that, and when to play it and stuff, love to talk about that. But while we get some more people in here, and another example of this came up when I was watching another YouTuber's gig log earlier. Is he played the song "Pepas," which is like obviously such a popular song. It's like one of the peak of the night songs, and like probably like a party anthem of like 2022 or when it came out, like one of the top party songs. But this guy played the song, but it completely cleared the dance floor. And it was a request from a guest at the party. So the guest requested it, he played it, and people started leaving the dance floor. He had to switch out of the song as if like, he played some like unknown song that bombed. And I was shocked because it's like Pepas is like, I'm always like, all right, I'm going to keep this song for when it's like the peak time of the night, I'm going to play this song. And I don't like burn it at the beginning or like, during like, it's not one of those songs or like a bad request. It's like, it's a banger. So it got me thinking like, like, it's like, if you play a song at the wrong part, which I think is what happened to this guy, because he played the song all the way from the beginning, which if you know the song at the beginning, it's a bit slower. And if you don't know, like if all you know is the chorus of the song, you might not even recognize that this is Pepas at the beginning when he's like singing it like a bit softer. So one, I think, it's the crowd was wrong, but two, it was an example of if you play a song at the wrong part that people don't know, or people, it's not like the beat hasn't picked up yet, you're going to get people leaving the dance floor, even though, it's like, it's one of the most popular songs of the entire year. So, that got me thinking about Pepas and like then we started thinking about other examples of songs like that. So I know you had a moment like that, Diego, once
Yeah.
with a song. Which song? What was that about?
So okay, so you know when God's Plan just started coming out, and and even in the video clip, you know when they go when they talk when he's like, how does it go? Like I don't even know how it goes.
It's like she said, "Do you love me?" I
Yeah,
told
that
her, like,
part.
yeah,
So that part when that happened, like it was this song was so new, and again, I'm not a huge hip hop or R&B or any hip hop DJ, rap or whatever.
yeah,
So I wasn't aware of that. So this luckily it was at a house party, so it wasn't that huge of a deal. But again, it's a learning experience for me. This person comes out to me and like asks for God's plan. So I was like, all right, cool. When I hear God's plan, like my first thought was like, "Man, this is like a Christian,
yeah.
like a
It starts off like kind
Christian."
of like, yeah,
Yeah, it was like to me, it was like, is this a Christian song or what? And then he was, and then I obviously I listened to the song first, and then I was like, oh, okay, this is Drake. So I
yeah,
knew I know who Drake was. It's just that I'm not really into like the type of music. But then I started playing the song from the beginning again because I didn't know, and then it was so like mellow, like it was so
yeah,
like it was weak. It was
yeah,
weak. It wasn't punchy at all. So I was like, oh man, like this is like really weak.
yeah,
So I decided to like right when they said she said, "Do you?" There's like a quick pause
yeah, yeah, yeah,
before he transitions into it. So in that pause is when I switched it to something else, and
yeah,
then I got a whole bunch of people like, "Hey, what happened? You cut in a good part," and I was like, "Oh, like I'm sorry, my bad." And then what I did is I just kept playing the song that I switched it to, and then
yeah,
the song that I switched it to, I already knew that song. So once I knew where to do it, I jumped back into like that specific part.
yeah, yeah.
So I kind of did like like an echo
Oh, that's
out,
good. So you
and
tried
then I
to,
just yeah I tried to save it,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
like I tried to save, but obviously I messed up.
yeah.
So and then hold on, let me get my camera.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's no way to know this unless you watch like, okay, let's say unless you watch like gig logs, or unless you've played the song at an event and then you
Mhm.
messed up and somebody told you, because there's no other way to do it other than that experience. Because yeah, it's like if you're hearing a song for the first time, or you haven't heard it like in the context of with other people, then there's no way you would ever know something like that. So I think gig logs help. I think asking other DJs, and then TikToks too. Like TikToks, they usually play like the most popular part of the song. So it's like if you're playing a song and it's been on TikTok, and then that song, you're being asked to play that song as a request, then possibly then you should at least play the song until you hear that part from TikTok, because it's like that's the part people probably know too.
Yeah, so that was another thing that I that I learned, and luckily, and that's why I say like house parties is very important, at least to me, because I get to experience and like hear different music that I don't listen to,
Yeah,
and it gives me like the ability of like practice and experience different things.
yeah,
So that's why I love house parties, and like another song that got me kind of messed up too. It was from the song "Oh Ooh Ooh Ooh" from it's a hip hop song too. What's her
mm,
name? There's a girl. It's a girl, but I don't remember her name. But like this, one girl comes out to me. She's like, "Hey, can you play this song? It's called Oh Ooh." I was like, "What? What song is that? Like,
what?
I've never
I
heard
don't
that."
know what song that is either.
Damn, I forgot the name of the singer, the rapper. But
I like one of the like Megan the Stallion or Sexy Red or something like that.
yeah, Yeah. No, no, no. She's not. She's not on
Oh,
that.
it's not one of the new ones.
She is kind of new. She was kind of new at that time, but not like not. She's not huge. I think she only had like two or three good songs, and then she
Yeah.
faded
Oh,
out.
okay.
But yeah. So not knowing those songs can hurt you at times
Yeah.
because one you don't know them. You don't know if they're clean or dirty. You don't know where to start the song at. Like for me, like you mentioned, Pepas, I would not start it from the beginning. There's no
Same.
point because if you well, especially for Hispanics, if you like listen to the first beginning, like the beginning of it, it's like okay, whatever, you know. But
Yeah.
once it goes to ton ton, and then
Yeah.
okay, so that pump pump it just gets people like already hyped. Just hearing
Yeah.
that,
Yeah. They
ah,
know.
yes, and they already know. Just like Get Low from Lil Young, Florida,
Little John.
whatever.
Yeah.
You drop the beat, like that song, you can start it from the beginning
Yeah.
because but
Yeah.
just by dropping the beat, dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
that people get hyped.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna play the song from the beginning and people don't know it, obviously it's gonna clear the dance floor. And if you have like Pepas, like you said, on a American wedding, and even though it's a like well-known huge song now, um, not a lot of Americans listen to that type of music, anyways. You know.
Yeah. I feel like it's that song. That song is a special example because I feel like it's so like everyone knows the chorus at least. Like that the instrument like like that high pitched like whatever trumpet or whatever it is. Like
Hmm.
that part, everyone knows that part. So it's like even if they don't even know that song is called Pepas, it's like even if no matter what your nationality is, like you hear that like chorus part, that the drop, it's like the drop is so iconic. But then yeah, if you're playing the beginning where the guy's like singing and it sounds like a R&B like ballad, then it's like people don't even know like, oh, this is Pepas. Like I've never even heard this part of the song.
Yeah, like there's another song that's kind of like that. It's called "In the Ghetto" from J
Yeah,
Balvin.
yeah, 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 yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that
I
one
find the
too.
same thing.
That
The
one,
the
that one you gotta
the
start it from the chorus because
yeah,
it's bumpy and
yeah,
it's like fast paced. But if you start it from the beginning, a lot of people don't know it.
yeah.
And
I found that would happen with that song because when I first like it didn't clear like it didn't like clear, but so when I first heard it was when someone requested it from me. So I was like, all right, yeah, I'll play this song. And then I started playing it, and it's like, yeah, the beginning isn't like the
yeah, it's
the, the
not as
reason
hype.
the reason people requested is for the chorus is like because the chorus is like so
Yeah.
like I started playing it like I mixed it in like I normally do, and then like the verse started, and then everyone was just kind of like they didn't really know what to do. They're like it's just like Bad Bunny or just like singing really fast. But
Hmm.
then and when the chorus came, everyone started jumping around, and then it slows down again. So for that song in particular, I ended up finding a remix for it that like has more like bass and more of like a dance beat for
Hmm.
like for the verse also because it's not the original has such like a variation from like the verse to the chorus. So but yeah, I found the same thing happen with that song too. It's like it's
So
it's not it's not as slow as Pepa's, but it's still like it's not as hype as the chorus and the verse are like kind of different.
yeah,
They're
it's not as hype when it comes to the verse.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what I do usually on those type of songs. I I go chorus the chorus verse out.
yeah,
So
yeah.
pretty much, and
Or
then for In
yeah,
the Ghetto, I do the same thing. Like I started na 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 na, na,
yeah,
and then I let J Balvin sing for like like the first two verses, and then I'm
yeah,
out,
yeah,
and then I
yeah.
switch to something else because I know that it's like the only really good part is the
The
chorus of the
chorus.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the only thing that's gonna really grab the crowd. Besides
yeah,
that, the rest is not. Uh, it's not what they want
yeah, yeah.
at that
I
point.
agree. Yeah, it's tough. It's like, but the thing is, like, right? There's no way to know that unless like you've played the song or you've heard it played or you know you've gone somewhere where you've heard another DJ play it and you're like, oh, okay, that like that's how you should play this song. You know, it's like there's like no way to learn this unless you've heard it like in some sort of played in some sort of way. You
Yeah,
know, you
either you have heard it before and you are like kind of knowledgeable on the song,
yeah
or you hear from somebody else and see, oh, okay, the way this is the way he played it. Well, maybe I can play like that, or find a different way that I can implement it that does not kill my dance floor, but
yeah
it's I still get the right amount of music in there. So like
yeah.
another song, it's I don't know if you know the song from El Alfa. It's called Go Go Dance. It was huge in TikTok
Oh,
at one point.
oh really?
It,
No, I
yeah,
don't
it
know.
was like bye.
Maybe
La.
I know the name. I mean, I know it like if I heard it, but I don't know it like the name of it.
Okay, so the song is called Go Go Dance,
Uh huh.
and like famous TikTok made it famous because there was a dance to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So once, but if you play the song, the song, it's like stupid. Literally, if you play the whole song, nobody knows it. The only part that they know is that part.
The dance part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the one that like bye la me I bye la me go down. Yeah, so that. So after that, you have to come out of the song because
yeah.
nobody knows the rest of the song.
So
It's
that's the
just
thing. Like, unless you prepared, like unless you've done the homework and you're like, okay, when this part's gonna play, and then I'm gonna mix out at this time to this song. Like, you have to have it ready because to do it on the fly is like, you know, you're gonna have to find a song to mix into. Everything the floor is gonna like everyone's gonna stop dancing once that like dance part is done. You know, and then you have to be ready to switch out. So it's
yeah.
like I have a few TikTok songs like that, but I have them like prepared in my crates where I'm like, you know, like I got it, like, okay, I know what song I'm gonna play next after this, and I know where I'm gonna get out of this. And when I play it, I know like, okay, I need to be ready with the next song like fast because I'm gonna play this like for like 30 seconds, you know, and then I'm gonna be out.
Yeah, so pretty much there's gonna be times that in the event where you are at the peak, you're gonna become a TikTok. Basically, you're gonna just have to hit after hit after hit, and just certain amount of portion of the song is gonna be played because you
Yeah,
know that that's the part of the song that get people like hyped. You don't
yeah,
want to play you don't want to play the whole song. I seen and I've gone to different events where the DJs literally play the whole song, and
oh yeah,
then pretty much it sounds like a like you put the Apple Music in autoplay, and then you have the 3 seconds to change songs,
yeah,
like the fade out thing. So
yeah.
that's how it sounds. That's how it sounds. And
Yeah, and then for some songs, it's like, yeah, okay, like you said, there's some songs out there, um, and a lot of American songs, a lot of older American songs too, that are like, okay, people expect to hear this the whole way through, you know. But like, there's a
usually the
song,
sing-alongs, basically.
yeah, I mean, yeah, but the older ones, like, there's a song, "Come On, Eileen," right, which is like an iconic like song from like this from the like 70s or something, and people expect to hear that the whole way through, and you know it's like it's a long song too, but people want to hear the whole thing, and they sing along to it, and it changes and stuff. So it's like with that kind of music, it's like, yeah, maybe that style of mixing works. But then when
Uh-huh.
you're DJing, you know, songs with beats and like more dance music, like 130s and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, like, you know, you gotta mix it up, because that's also how I feel like people expect to dance to it, like on the dance floor. Like they're not expecting to just like dance to the same like pepas from beginning to end, or like, you know, a
Yeah,
Rihanna song from beginning to end. Like, it's like, okay, we want to hear like the exciting parts, then like keep it moving.
yeah. That's exactly my point. Once you figure it out that this is the part that you need to play, it'll be so much easier.
Yeah,
But once you like when you get requests, it's like as a it's a
it's
double-edged
hard.
sword.
Yeah, it's hard if you don't know. And then that's why I think to be like, okay, like, to be on the safer side, depending on how the request sounds, sometimes I'll start it from the beginning, right? If let's say it's like a bride and groom request a song, then sometimes I'm more likely, if I don't know the song that well, then I'm more likely to just play it from like the beginning, unless it's like really like something weird. Like if the
Hmm.
song starts, I'll play it from the beginning if the bride and groom like they request it, because like I don't want to mess it up and like miss a part that they like because I don't know the song, you know. So I'll play it from the beginning, and then I'll just like watch the crowd and be like, okay, like if it seems like it's like dying,
But
like then I'll like very like carefully switch to the next song because I don't want them to get upset either. You know that like, oh you switched it from the best part because I don't
that
know.
and that's the thing. How do you know when the best part is?
Yeah, you don't know. That's why.
You
That's why.
don't know.
That's why with the bride and groom, like I'll take. I won't take like as many risks. So like if they request, hey, can you play this song? Like we love this song. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna play the song like the full thing because like okay, this was a funny story that happened. But I was with one of my friends and he was
Story
like
time. Go.
he was what did you say?
That's a story time.
Oh, story time. Yeah, story time. I was with one of my friends who was DJing, and he's a bit older. Like he has his own company, like production company and stuff. So he's not like he's more like I guess seasoned DJ and more like he has more gray hairs. But he was basically like this bride or like bridesmaids. She kept like coming up and requesting the wobble. You know, like oh, can you play the wobble? Play the wobble. It came like 5 times, and he's like he's like the type like hates line dances like he thinks it's corny and stuff like that. But this girl kept asking for it like so much. So he's like, F it. Like I'm gonna play the wobble. So he played the wobble from the beginning and he just let that play like kept going. Like, I don't know, the wobble's like long. Like it was like 7, 8 minutes long. And he just let it kept playing and like the dance floor was dying, people were leaving, and like that bridesmaid was like the only one left like doing the wobble. But he just like he's like, yo, I don't care. Like she was being so annoying about it. I'm just gonna play this whole thing like play it from beginning to end, like straight up. So he just let the wobble. It was getting awkward. Like I was like, "Yo, bro, like change the song." Like everybody's like leaving the dance floor. He's like, "Nah, dude, she pissed me off. Like I'm just playing. I'm gonna play the whole thing from
Yeah,
beginning to end." So he
but
was like,
you see, in that case, just because she's pissing you off, that doesn't mean that everybody else has to pay for it.
"Yeah,
And
yeah,
like line dance, like the wobble and the cha-cha slide, the cupid shuffle, all of those songs, it's cool when they start, but it's so repetitive. Like the same steps over and over and over again, it gets boring.
yeah,
So at least what I do is if I play like I play the cha-cha slide and I play like until it goes to like Charlie Brown, dun, dun,
yeah, yeah,
dun,
yeah, yeah." I always
and
cut him
then
off.
so I cut it off there, and then the Cupid shuffle, I go out to like half of the song, and then the wobble I will do half of the song. I never do like the whole thing
Yeah, yeah.
because
No, this
one,
guy,
they
he was
get
doing it
bored,
on purpose
and
to piss.
two, I get bored. Like if
Yeah,
I get bored, that's bad.
yeah,
So I have to like jump out of that. Now
yeah,
if I see that everybody's still doing it, then I might let it go like one more like one more verse.
yeah,
But if I see like the energy is dying, then I just gotta get out and put
yeah,
something like a beat to keep going with the party.
yeah,
So it's again it has to do with a lot of analogy. Yeah, there's a lot of thinking and quick thinking. It's not like oh like this song and then what song could go next. No, it's like you have to think like 2 or 3 songs ahead,
yeah,
and you have to think the fact that if one of the songs that you have in your head is not working, you have to be out. That you need to know another song that you know is gonna work, and play it and have it there ready to go.
yeah,
Especially with requests because you always have that person like, yo, play this song, and I guarantee you everybody's gonna dance. You play the damn song,
like,
crickets, nobody's dancing. So what you gonna do? And you can't just be like, oh damn, what song I could no. As he's telling me, like as somebody's requesting a song to me, in my head, I'm already thinking what other song can go with this song that everybody
mm-hmm.
knows, so I can bring everyone back together if this one doesn't work. So pretty
Mm-hmm.
much like a backup plan.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
and you
Yeah,
always got
anytime you play a request, it's like you gotta if you don't know it, like have some songs that you know you can go to, like regardless of BPM or whatever, it's like that you can go to like get people back on, like save people from exiting, because you don't
yeah.
know with requests.
Yeah, so and another way that you can do that is that the song is killing the dance floor. just doing like a breakdown effect or something that goes,
Yeah, just sort of,
and then
yeah,
just like, all right, guys, let's get ready, like jump on the mic, and that's when like your my skills come in. Just
yeah,
jump on the mic and be like, all right, guys, and now let's
yeah.
let's
Just be like,
keep this
yo,
party rocking or whatever, and then just drop something that is really upbeat and well known. Drop peppers after that
yeah,
song.
from the part people know,
From the from the
right
boom
from the
boom.
beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not from the beginning, but
So yeah, what I do is I don't know if you have a different way you do it, but I on the notes, like you can add notes for every song on Serato. So I
yeah.
write for songs that I know that are like bangers that you can just drop like from the beginning, just like out of nowhere, like that people will recognize. I write in the note like from the start. Like that's my phrase, but you can write whatever you want. But I write from the start on those. So if I ever need to find those songs, I just search from the start, like in my all my music, and then that way all the songs that are like those from the first beat people recognize and I can just play regardless of BPM. I get a list of those. So I use those for those kind of situations, when it's like you need a song, let's say you just need to get someone back and you're like it doesn't matter what BPM you're in. Or I use it like, let's say I'm in 130s and I want to go down to like 80 BPM music, or like 100. I want to make a big change, but I don't have like a way to do that like smoothly. Is I'll use one of those like from the start songs. So like like let's say Get Low, like I want to get to the 90s or something. I'll be like in the 130s and I'll echo out and I'll play Get Low from the beginning, and then boom, that way I it's not like it works for transition wise because people know the song, but then I can also then go into more songs in that
Yeah.
90 range. So
Yeah, so
I
it's not clean, but people don't care because you hit them with
yeah,
the banger.
the banger, yeah,
So
exactly.
so basically, I feel like every DJ should have a folder of like dance floor fillers, basically,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
bangers or something like that,
That
And
you
I'm
can
pretty sure
display
everybody
like,
does.
on the
Yeah,
one, or like on the
yeah.
one, or whatever you call from the start, or which way
Songs
you call
that you
it.
can play from the beginning and that are very recognizable to people, that were
Yeah,
hits, and once you do that, and you're gonna start getting a lot of people back in, and
yeah,
that's what you're looking at. Like for example, a Soldier Boy, crank that.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
play the song from the beginning, and everybody knows.
You,
Yeah,
that one, Teach Me How to Dougie, same thing. Like everyone sees that. Dum, you hear that the way
yeah,
that drum sounds. Everyone knows like it's instant.
yeah.
Dum.
In the club, 50 Cent.
Yeah,
Dun,
yeah, yeah.
dun. You can
You
just
hear
play the
like
beat, and
right
people
when
can.
you hear that first beat, like everybody knows, like you're a DJ or not, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
what's
up,
up,
Smiley?
Smiley? Smiley's in the building. We're wondering.
So Smiley, how, since you here in the house, how do you handle the song? So um, how do you get? How do you know when to play the song, and where do you start a song? Or have you ever had an experience when a request comes out to you and you don't know the song? Do you play from the beginning? Do you play from the middle? Do you listen to the song before all the way? Like, what are your thoughts on that? We're
Yeah,
wondering.
that's
We
what we're
want to
talking
know
about.
because that's what we're
And
talking
then
about right now.
we're also talking about that song "Shout." That's like a classic American classic song that I guess you're supposed to play.
Shout.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
supposed to play from the beginning, but I've never I've literally never played that song. So I'm like, I have to play it now at an event, and I'm like, dang, do I actually start this from the beginning? Because it's
I
like,
I honestly, every gigolo that I see, it's always that part, like no 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 shout no
no,
no
but
no
that's like
no no
literally
shout.
the whole
But
song is that they just keep repeating that. Like, so I'm like, what do
no,
I?
I thought like that was the chorus of the song. Like I have the song. I have it
Yeah, yeah, I have it too. I never
I have
played
it. I
it.
just don't. Yeah, I never had to play it, but like
Yeah,
there is a verse. I don't know if people know like the whole verse,
yeah, yeah,
but I
yeah,
know the chorus because everybody shouts.
yeah, yeah.
So I don't
Let's see.
know.
Let's think. So in this case, right? Let's say I never find out the answer. Then just to be safe, like I would just play that joint from the beginning, and then like yeah, like if it's like people are like leaving and they're not like it's like it was looking bad, then I'll mix out. But I'm like I'd be extra careful on these ones where I don't know. I just like err on the side of caution when it's like the bride and groom are telling me play this song, and then they're like it's on their must playlist, but I'm like I don't know how much to play. I'm just gonna err on the side of caution and play more of it than trying to like be creative and try to mix out of it too early.
Another thing that you could do is like, say your cue points, one at the beginning, one at the on the like
Yeah,
when
like
it
okay,
starts
this
like
is a possible out if you need it, you know.
yeah, you have a possible out, but one in the
Yeah.
center around like where the curves begins. So if
Yeah.
you see like when you start it and it's very very like mild, and you see the
Then you
people
can
like it's going
jump right
down, just
to it.
literally just jump into
Yeah, it's a good
that,
idea.
and
Yeah.
then people gonna recognize the song.
I
So
do I do that sometimes on some songs where I'm like, all right, I want to skip the verse that I know like some like it's just I have a Spice Girls song. Yeah, if you want to be my lover. So that one I I I
okay, oh man.
I skip the verse for that one because everyone recognizes the beginning and then the verse kind of like dips down the energy. So I just instead of playing the verse, I just jump right to the chorus on that one.
So Smiley says, can you pop it on the?
Yeah, I
So I,
used to
I
play.
used to play them before listening to them and would clear the dance floor. So man, now I listen to them quickly and see if it is a drop on it, or if it starts slow. I will slowly mix on it and loop out.
Yeah.
Eh, yeah,
Loop the thing out song. Yeah. Loop out the song playing the time once the drop comes in. Yeah, that's the other thing. So like with stems, if it's like a request you can mix it in, then to be safe, you can have the background from the old song still playing in the background while the new one starts up. And then if it's like slow, then at least you have like a beat going in the background
yeah.
while
So
the
and
next
like
one.
I was telling Shay, at least for me is when I get a request that I don't know. Um, I also like pre-listen to I don't listen to the whole song, but I pre-listen to like a little bit and just make sure that like the beat, because if the song it's a no-go, it's dying my dance floor, it's killing my dance floor, then I need to start thinking on the next song that I can play that does not disrupt the flow, but it gives me and allows me to keep on the same flow with the song that is much noticeable, or like a hit, kind of like that, to keep the dance floor packed or to bring everyone back. So and that's another thing that DJs have to take in consideration when they taking this request, because you can be a certain like 130 BPMs, and then there's someone who comes in and asks you for a song that is like 75 BPM. Like it's crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
you can, if it's like 130 to 70, like to 75, you can do the B matching type of thing. You just make it faster. It might be a little harder to make to like match it up, but
Yeah. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
somewhat
That's still
resourceful.
yeah, it's harder to do. But those ones I'll just like fade out, like echo out and then drop them. And then I'll be all like, all right, shout out to this guy over here requested this song, special request to this man right here. That's what I'll do. And then being on the mic like eases the transition too. It's like you talk over when you're switching the song, so no one can hear the transition.
So yeah, that's another way you use your mics. Use the microphone when you want to do a hard transition, and you can't really do it. With like it can't be smooth because the BPMs are way too far apart from each other, and you
Yeah,
can't even cut them in half. So there's times that you're gonna need like an effect or a sample to drop, so you can go ahead and drop the new song that you're looking for. So
yeah,
it's not it's not difficult. There's so many different ways that you can go about it, but the most important part is we have to know, even even though it's a request, we need to know when to play this request, and we need to read the room, see if this request is working or not. There are songs that literally once you play them, it clears out. There are
yeah,
songs that once you play it, people are like just bop into it, just going like this. You
yeah,
know that song is like it's an iffy.
yeah,
It's not gonna be good if you play it longer than like 30 to 30 seconds to a minute. Excuse me. Um,
yeah. And then
so
you just keep looking down at your computer. You don't look up. You're just like,
well, I don't.
woo! Like everyone's like staring at you, like, what the hell did you just play?
I mean, yeah, you get a lot of that. Like there's times when you know that the song, like especially if it's a request from like the bride and groom, and you
Yeah.
know it's not working, but it's a
Well,
request.
I'll point out, dude. I actually, I don't know. That's what I do. I'll start blaming people. I'll be like I'd say I'll shout out people. All right, if I know a song's gonna bomb before I play it, I don't say like after I play it. Before I play it, all right, man. All right, we got a special request out here from on the dance floor, and I try to make it like okay, it's this is you guys. Okay, it's not it's not my choice. And then like if I play a song like that and people are like looking at me like what the hell, then I'll like point at it. I'll like oh, that guy over there. It's not me. It's that guy.
Oh, damn, you got no shade, huh? You
No,
crazy people.
yeah, I'll throw people under the bus if it
Um,
comes down to that. But if it, I won't do it. I won't do it if it's my choice. If it's someone else's choice, then I'll be like, yo, this guy over there, not me. And then when they come back, dude. So when they come back, I'll be like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna. It depends on the person, but like if it's someone that I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of chill, I'll be like, nah, dude, I'm not gonna. I can't take any more requests from you. Like, look, did you see what happened last time? Like, I'll like kind of I'll tease them a little bit like that. Like if it's like the guy is like seems like a chill guy. If it's like some like person that's not, I don't get that vibe from, then I won't say stuff like that.
so
'Cause-
have you had that those scenarios when songs that you played have cleared the dance floor
oh, for sure, dude.
because of requests?
Yeah, this it happened to me. It hasn't happened recently, but it was like I did like a Sweet 16. It was a little different because they were like younger kids, so you know it was a little different. But it was like a this one kid at a Sweet 16 like kept coming up to me and like telling me, like, "Yo, this song is gonna go crazy, man. Everyone's gonna go insane." So then I played like a few of his songs, and they were like, "All right." And then one of them I played was like so bad, like no one had any idea like what the song
What it
was.
was? Yeah.
And then he came back for another request, and I'm like, "Yo, bro, like, no, you're done now, bro. You're cut off." Like, I was literally told, "Yo, you're cut off now. Do that last one. You told me everyone let know the song. No one knew that song."
You hit the
But
limit. You hit the
yeah, but
limit.
he was like a younger kid, you know. So it's like you can say that kind of stuff.
Saturday was rough. We did a quinceañera and something happened outside. People left early and they
Oh,
couldn't get the dance floor back again. So,
oh, do you have an idea what happened? Because I had a situation like that where apparently there was like a fight outside that I had no idea about.
but
But like,
that's more fun than dancing to music. So,
as I was like, yo, everyone cleared out. I was like, I don't know what's going on right now, but screw it. Like, I'm just gonna keep DJing. So I just kept going. But then after the party, I found out there was like a fight outside, and then that's why everyone left. I was like, shit, I had no idea. As long as they weren't fighting inside, they were fighting outside. So like, I was like, I just kept going. But yeah,
that
it can definitely clear the dance floor.
and that's the thing. If something else happens, that there's nothing we can do about it. You just have to like keep pushing and be like, "Hey guys, come back!
Yeah, yeah. Oh shit.
We're
Yeah,
partying
so
over here."
he said fight and the car got hit and run. Dang.
Oh, then that was definitely more
Yeah,
fun
that was a
than
big
being inside. How can you,
nah, dude. That's that a quinceañera, dude. Dang, like I don't people get like that. That's
bro? Quinceañeras, especially based on what Smiley be saying on the lives, he been rocking some like real quinceañeras, bro. Like and and Mexicans, man, when they drink,
dude.
they can drink.
Damn. So it was probably like some parents or something.
I guess probably. I
That's
never
great.
I never had a fight happen like while I was performing or like I was DJing. There was a fight that happened after like when I was done and the people were leaving. Then there was a fight outside, but
Yeah.
never happened during I was DJing. So never had that happen. Thank God, never had that happen. Um, what other weird things have happened to you, like during like in this 2 years of career that you have?
Bro. I'm trying to think.
Have you worked with Vans?
What? A van?
Yeah, like have you like worked with a band?
Oh, a band.
Yeah,
No.
band, yeah.
I haven't had a band. What's your band story?
Oh well, I've played with several ones actually, but it's fun because like one this group came for like three people came, and they wanted to plug into my stuff, and I
Oh,
was like,
oh
hell
yeah,
no. I was like, hell no. You guys have no, you guys don't care. Like, you guys don't care about equipment.
yeah,
You
yeah.
guys just try to be as loud as you can, and then you're gonna like blow out my speakers. And no, I was like, no, sorry, but you can't. So they had to like unload their own stuff. They the thing is that I was supposed to go from 6 to 9, and they had to go from 9 to 11, and then I
Yeah.
had to go from 11 to 1. And they said that they didn't want to take other stuff because they had like they had some huge ass speakers, and they had to like dolly it. So they didn't want to dolly it through the dance floor. And it
Mm,
might, to me it's like, you should have came earlier then, you know.
yeah.
I was like, I'm not like, I'll let someone use my microphone, like you can sing or whatever. But you're not connecting to my stuff.
Yeah, that's
Like,
crazy. But what was their plan otherwise? Like, like what their plan, what were they gonna do? Like if they just assumed that they would be able to use your stuff?
yeah, I think so. Nah, not with me. He said, no, love Allah, we did one. One fight happened inside. The cop came by and shut down the party. The people asked us for the partial refund. We said, no. Our contract stays once we start, basically no refund after. Me
Yeah.
too. I would not give it back because it's not my one. It's not my fault. Two, I'm already here. I DJ. I'm doing my job, and if your guest cannot behave, that's not my fault. I wouldn't do a refund, and that's on my contract too. And also in my
Actually,
contract,
I need to put, I don't have that. Maybe I need to put that like once it starts. I mean, I just say I usually my contract is actually asked for payment in advance, so it's like, but yeah, I don't have anything about like once you start, it's like, yeah, obviously it's like you're there, you get your money, it's like your guests get into a fight, it's not your problem.
yeah. So if your guests don't know how to behave, then that's on you. And I have it also in my contract that if if I'm not treated with respect, and somebody's being rude or like not rude, like really like messed
Yeah, like
up
aggressive or
with
something.
being aggressive, yeah. So I'll give a warning. I'll let the person of the party, whatever, I'll let them know, look, this is going on, whatever. The next time it happens, I'm shutting everything off and I'm leaving. And I just
Yeah,
and they are required to give me the full payment
yeah,
if I cut
yeah.
it short. So
No,
that's
that's
also in
good.
my contract.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean, at the end of the day, it's like it's their guess. They should be not like they're responsible. Like it's like but it's like they know those people. Those people they invited those people, so they need to be able to like tell them and kind of control them to an extent.
Yeah,
Jason,
yeah.
what's up? What's
What's
up,
up,
man?
Jason? You
Yeah,
said
it's a
you work with a rock
rock
band.
band. They brought their own gear. Okay, I feel like yeah, dude. If you're a band, it's like come on, like a band is a big production. Like they have multiple people, and they have to bring their own gear. Their gear needs are different too. They were using multiple mics, monitors. Sometimes it's like it's a big production. So
Yeah, I feel like the ones that they came because there were only three, but
mm,
I feel like they just didn't want to unload their stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, so they were just like, "Can we plug into yours?" I was like, "Hell no!"
yeah,
So they had
yeah.
to unplug them. They were mad,
This,
but
this is interesting though. Also, another they had dueling pianos and wanted to tie into my system. I told them no. Interesting. Dueling pianos. So I've never heard of that, but it sounds like there's some kind of like piano battle, or like they had two pianists and they both like played different music.
no, I think dual pianos is there's the keys in the bottom and there's also some in the top. So you play like
Oh, okay, got it, got it.
I
Yeah,
think it's like this.
so this about this is an interesting topic, but about like um connecting, having live musicians and connecting to your equipment, because I've seen other YouTubers talk about how they have a fee for that, like they'll have an extra charge because like I say ceremony, or now people having like saxophonists or violinists that need to connect to your system, and then you play along with them. So is that what do you think about that, like having that sort of at pricing like planned out for that. Like say like you charge $500 to like have a live musician just for them to plug into your system and use it. Like what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I've let a live violinist plug to my. That's fine. One instrument is not gonna do
Yeah.
harm to your stuff. But if you have like a whole three, like the pianos and then a microphone for
Yeah.
like the bass, that's too much. And not
Yeah.
like that's crazy. You need plus if you are going to do that type of event that you're gonna need a band to connect to your stuff, then you're gonna need someone that is very well known with like sound engineering. You're gonna need
Yeah.
your mixer has to be bigger so that can hold all the stuff that you're putting in and and all of that. Again, I keep it very mobile friendly. So my mixer is a 4 channel mixer,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
I only need it for
Because
my
the booth,
microphone.
because the lavish booth is you
Yeah,
have
because my
small
laptop
right there.
is small, so I can't do anything bigger than that. And
Yeah.
and and I actually just purchased this the Mac, the Mackie, I don't know the name, but this 8 channel one.
Oh, you did? Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming tomorrow. But I
Oh,
got
nice.
it because of I heard because of the T7. So
Mm.
I'm gonna connect that to this, and I'm gonna have. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it yet. I'm gonna test it tomorrow because I have an event on Saturday. So I'm gonna test it, see how I like it, and if not, then I'll get the mic, the Mackie 10, I think is the 10, or the Pro,
Try the Yamaha. I got Yamahas. I like it.
the Yamaha. Because I had the Mackie
Yeah, you got the other one. Yeah, you got
right?
Mackie for the
VLC, whatever.
yeah.
And I really like it, so that's why I try to stay with Mackie. But I mean, I'm not married to any. I just want any mixer will do the job. I believe, but obviously I'm not gonna go to a $50 mixer. I don't think that
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Get like a known brand.
So yeah, so like Mackie is well known. Also, Yamaha is well known.
And mixers are pretty cheap, for what they do. Like they don't get that pricey. So it's like, yeah, just spend the money on a mixer. But let's see, like I think Jason, speaking of mixers, Jason brought up this is interesting. So yeah, when a photographer or videographer needs to like get audio from your system. So I've actually never thought about charging
I
for that. I usually it's just like
I don't charge.
I just just do it. But
I
how do
don't
you
charge.
go about like having that conversation? Like do you do that before? Do you like include that pricing beforehand? Because I've never talked to a couple about that. It's like it just happens on the day of. They come, hey, can I plug in? And then it's like, okay, well, then do you charge them after the fact, once you're at the event, or is it like you have that conversation ahead of time? Because I don't know.
That's what's happened to me too. Every time is they show up and they tell me that they need to connect to my stuff.
Yeah, they
I
show
was
up.
like,
I
okay.
talked to them before. Yeah, no, that's interesting.
I never had to actually connect. I
Oh,
never
really?
spoken to a person,
Like
to
a
a streamer.
videographer?
Yeah, I never spoke to him until the day of.
Oh, yeah,
I never
yeah.
had to. I never had to talk to them.
No, but it
And
sounds like he says talk to them before the event. So probably talk to the client about it because you have to, like the charges, talk to them about the charges, and then before the event. But no, I think it's legitimate because if you're talking about charging, right? So let's say you're talking about charging for musicians or charging for pianists or violinists plugging into your system, then photographers and videographers are similar because they're using an output on your mixer that you have to then like set up and it's going to take space near your controller and stuff. So it's like if you're charging for musicians, then why not charge for the videographers too?
But see, okay, musicians are different because then you have to start EQing and stuff. The photographers, all they do is they literally put their recorder thing into, like, at least on the ones that I seen, they do it with my stuff. Is
Yeah,
like they go into the back of my computer, the back of my one of my speakers, and they
speakers.
just, they just use the mix out, and
Yeah,
then they
so
plug into that, and then that's it. Like,
I've had people do it. They want it into my mixer, and then I have to adjust the sound. I have to give them enough sound that it's not like clipping on their recorder too. So I've had to do that too. And I'm working with them. It takes a few minutes, right? It's not like that big of a deal. But I have to like, all right, how's the sound now? How's the volume? Then checking the levels on theirs, and I have to give them like enough output that it's not like clipping there. So that's where I've done it, where it's like it takes a little bit more. I don't know,
Okay,
more.
I never had that. I every time, and like it's been like what 3 or 4 times. They plug into
That
one of
makes
my
out.
speakers, and they regulate their own volume. The only
Mm,
thing they do is like, is this gonna be like the max volume?
yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, and then I'll raise it up until like, okay, this is gonna be the max volume, and then they're like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
and then after that it's up to them. But I
yeah,
don't I don't do anything with that.
yeah. And I
It's
think
not
that
mine.
they can come. I see them sometimes come by and they turn it down a little bit, like later on in the night or something. But
Yeah, but that's on them. So that's why
yeah,
I don't charge. So they now, if I had to worry about it, then yes, I'll charge for it because that's another thing that I have to worry about. It's Manny said we did a house prom Friday because the school prom was only 1 hour left. They had like 60 kids come by and pool party. Oh, we played a lot of hood music, freestyle, funk, some pop as well. And
like so you
then
did a house party for high schoolers. You did like Project X for the high schoolers.
we are hired for their daughter high school graduation and their other
Oh,
daughter's wedding
nice.
for next year too at the end of the night with 360 booth. Oh, sparkles and dancing on the
That's
cloud.
legit. Wow.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Maybe our next topic for next week could be um, let's talk about special effects.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I know
Yeah,
you,
we
I
talked
know
about it a little
you
bit, but we can do a more formal discussion on that. But no,
yeah.
that's interesting. Like, yeah, I mean, this reminds me of like, it's like, okay, like you think of these like smaller events too, right? Like house parties and stuff like you talk about, but it's like, yeah, they might not make a lot of money sometimes, but like look at this. Now such a big you got a wedding, a graduation, and you sold all these special effects from them too. Where it's like, you
So
know,
yeah, so sometimes you gotta see it as it's not about the money, especially with like small events. It's more about getting yourself out there and
yeah,
people people that know people that know people that could hire you.
yeah, yeah,
So if we take this small events one as a like a as a practice because that's how I take it, as a practice, of course with the seriousness and the professionalism that needs to be there, but it's a practice for me, and I get to show what I can do. People like it, and then from there you start getting more and more and more gigs. um, why not take it? And obviously you're not gonna sell yourself short, meaning you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, just give me like $100 for like 6 hours of house party. But
yeah,
you know, you charge something that makes you comfortable, that you're comfortable with, and like obviously it has to be on a Saturday that like you definitely don't have anything, and just make money and promote yourself. And the best way to promote yourself, word of mouth. It's the oldest one. So
yeah,
do the best you can on these house parties, and they'll come. Then that's how we all start. That's how I started, from house parties, and then from there I went, oh, can you do this, can you do that, like a graduation party, and then can you do this, and then it came a huge birthday party, and then a wedding, a quinceañera, a sweet 16. So you grow eventually, you start growing up and building up. But if your mentality is just to make money, you're in the wrong business. You have to do this because you like it, because you love
yeah,
what you do, not because of money. Money is important, yes, it's important. However, it's not worth the time that you put into it if you're just doing for money. You have to love this craft. It's very important that we understand that it's not just about the money, because if it was just about the money, you're gonna get drained real quick in this business.
yeah.
It's very time consuming.
No, I
You
agree.
and all that, like family, you probably barely see them on the weekends because you're DJing, you're doing this and that. So we just gotta keep that in mind, that one, house parties are great for promotional purposes and to get some money that you wouldn't even gotten if you didn't take the gig anyways. Let's say you have like the Saturdays open. and then you get like a last minute call, like, hey, next Saturday, do you have it open? Yes, okay, it's a house party. Just take it. You know what I'm saying? Just take it. Charge whatever makes you feel comfortable. Obviously, you can't charge as much as you would charge for a big event, but per hour maybe, like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
150, 100, 100, $150 per hour.
Yeah,
You,
my thing is obviously you take them and you get a lot of word of mouth, but what I've realized sometimes is, so it's like social media, for example, like I don't post too many. Like let's say I'm doing some just casual house party, it's like something casual. Like I'll consciously like not post that on like or make reels about that on social media because I don't want like it to be out there that like, okay, this guy's like a house party DJ, right? It's like I want to advertise more like, okay, I'm a wedding DJ, right? That's like what I mainly do. And then like, yeah, for the people at the party and they're talking, oh, this DJ is great, or they're talking to their friends about it. That's word of mouth. It's like, oh, do you like they might be planning for a wedding or something. They think of you. But I think like for me, like for social media at least, I won't post certain events because I don't want to be like labeled as like, okay, this guy's like a house party DJ, or like I won't post like club events, because like I don't do them. But let's say if I did club events, I wouldn't be like posting them because I want the gigs I want are wedding events, so I'll post like the weddings, but then yeah, you can still get the word of mouth and still get good gigs from doing those house parties too.
yeah, of course. My friend that DJs with me was on the phone and I was mixing. He came back and I was like, "Is that you mixing?" I said, "Yeah." He thought it was a premix. Said it sounded really professional. Ha,
That's good because we're professional DJs.
that
That's
means
the
that
thing, like
means
it's you're that's what, sometimes I remind myself, I'm like, yo, okay, like do I sometimes I'm like I don't consider myself like sometimes like am I like a professional DJ? But it's like, yeah, like yo, you charge if you're charging money for something, it's like yes, like you're a professional DJ. So it's like you gotta like bring that standard too. Like sometimes I
see.
have to like remind
I,
myself that, like
I'm a
yeah, I'm a
little,
professional.
I'm a little opposed to that. If you charging money doesn't make you professional. To me,
I
you
like
know,
what then what it's like if you're doing this,
it
if
says
if
you're
you're
being
charging money for
professional.
something, then it's like you're a professional because you're making money from it.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you professional. I don't think that makes like a professional. I think what makes you professional is the experience, your experience, and the way you go about things, the way that you can, uh, when a problem comes, like you problem solving, and that comes with experience. So I think with like experience makes you professional, not
No, so okay.
not charging money because anyone
Um,
can charge money. You can come up to here and I'll be like, oh yo, let me, let me charge you $10 to take you from here to the to like to a store. So I'm a professional driver just because I
no,
can
dude, yeah.
charge.
If
No,
you're charging somebody like some people like okay, you're doing it for a friend that's like Venmo, whatever. But like you're talking to people you don't like have a personal relationship with. They're hiring you to do an event and they're paying you. Like you like yeah, that's you're doing something professionally. And then yes, you have to bring all those qualities that you were talking about to that because yeah, now you're getting paid for something and you're doing it for people that aren't like it's not your mom or your dad or like your siblings and stuff like that. So it's like you got to yes, you have to bring that level of experience and certain standard because you're charging money for something. You're getting paid for a service. So if like you literally look up the definition of professional, it's person engaged in a specific activity and then as a paid occupation rather than as a pastime. So it's like people DJ as a pastime or as a hobby, but as soon as start getting paid for something, it's like you have to bring that standard and you have to have a certain like there's a certain standard you have to live up to, in my opinion.
so the 400 wedding DJs, they're professionals.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're professional. They're still professionals, but that's the thing. They have to like. I agree with what Jason says here. Professional, but there are levels to the game. Yeah, so there are levels. There are levels to being, levels to professionals. But it's like you're still
So
you're a
they're
professional.
not professional. They're semi-pro or like lower than
No,
that. Like
it's. I think you're talking about it differently than I am. Is what I'm saying is once you're getting paid, you need to hold yourself to that standard that like yes, like this is someone's paying me to do this, so I'm doing this professionally, and I have to bring that level of service, of skill, of like whatever professionalism, to this event, because like I'm charging money for it. Like these people are hiring me, they're paying me their hard-earned money to do it. It's like that's the standard you have to kind of hold yourself up to.
Mm, uh, I guess. I honestly, I don't know. I just think like to be professional.
Oh, no, you froze. But yeah. All right, Diego froze for the professional conversation, but yeah, I agree with what you're saying. Exactly, like yeah. So once you're getting paid, it's like you're professional, and yeah, there's levels to it, and obviously, like there's certain people you're paying more than others, and um, you know, hold on, he's back here. Yo,
Yeah.
you good?
I don't know what happened. I don't know
Your
what.
thing froze.
Okay. Okay. Um.
That was very unprofessional of you, man. The thing
See.
freezing in the middle of the.
Well, you know what? I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm not
Exactly.
professional.
That's why we got the free version here, the powered by StreamYard. We're not charging our viewers, right? If we're charging our viewers and they had to pay for this, it's like, yo, we got to get rid of the watermark. We got to have solid internet connection, all that stuff. Because like, so
Eh,
that's the way I think about it.
See, look, thank you. Like this one right here. I know someone that does it for fun and charges 100. He's not even close to the level I'm in. Is he a professional? To me, he's not. He's just
No, so
charging money.
so
You
so
know
that's
what I'm
so
saying?
so here's the thing. It's like to me, it's like if you're gonna charge, even if you're charging $100, okay, you're charging $100. It's like, okay, that's obviously he's not, that's very low,
He's not
but
what. He's not
he's
what.
getting paid. He's getting paid for it, so he's still a professional. And but he has to bring, like, if you're charging someone anything, like you still have to bring a certain level of reliability, certain level of skill, certain level of, like, all the things that go into us being a DJ, because he's still charging for people for it. So like, if he's doing it for fun, why is he not just doing it for free? And why is he charging $100? I don't know, like, what's the difference?
But that's exactly what I mean. Like just because you charge money doesn't mean that you know what you're doing. Doesn't mean that you're really professional. Like you go to 7-Eleven and you can pick up a whole bunch of guys there and just pay them $250 for the day. Are they professional when everything that they're gonna do for the day? No, they can like probably like half-ass most of the things that they do. That doesn't make them professional just because they charge money. Anyone can charge money for anything. Like I can I can be like this could be my first day DJing, right? Like never this is my first time. I just got a controller, whatever. And somebody, hey, do you DJ? Yes. How much you charge? Give me 350. Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm not
that's
a
what I'm saying. As
professional.
soon as soon as you're saying charge me, like you're charging for something, like you're labeling, like you're bringing yourself at that level. Like, okay, like I'm doing this for money. Like, yes, you could be like, finessing people basically, and telling, like, basically having them, not giving them the level of service and level of expertise that they should be getting for someone that they're paying. But whenever you're getting to a point where you're telling someone, pay me money and I'm going to do a service for you, it's like you need to consider yourself like, okay, that's a burden that you're taking on yourself, or the responsibility you're taking, and then you have to hold yourself up to that standard. That's my opinion. It's like you shouldn't be like charging people for something, and then like saying, oh, but I'm just doing this for fun. It's like, dude, then why are you like charging people money for it?
His clients are looking to spend under 300. Oh, these clients are the what's it called? They're in the wedding thing. What was the application we were talking about?
The bark.
Bark. Yeah,
Bark.
these ones are Bark clients.
Yeah, but it's still like, you're selling
Well,
you're selling your services, so you're still.
or cable management skills and charge higher. I
Yeah,
mean,
what I'm saying is, I don't think there's not like a okay, like, then where do you draw that line? Like, okay, this person's professional. Like, how do I say you're a professional but someone else isn't? It's like, to me, that point is when you start charging money, right? It says like you charge someone for your services that isn't like you're someone that you know, right? You're charging someone you don't know. You got a contract. You're making an agreement. Blah blah blah. All that stuff. You're
Mhm.
taking money. It's like, all right, now you're bringing yourself up to that level. So it's like, if you're going to be charging money for something, it's like, consider yourself, all right, I'm doing this professionally now. I need to bring a certain standard and a certain level to things. And it's like, yeah, because then where do you draw that line? Like, okay, at one point do you say, okay, I'm doing this now, I'm a professional? It's like, to me, it's like, once you start charging someone money for something, you gotta consider yourself a professional.
But it's like, I mean, it's like in sports, like soccer. You have the professional level and then the semi-pro, and then
Yeah, but
and then
semi-pro,
they still
I don't
charge
know
you
for sure, but
money.
I'm pretty sure semi-pro, all those people, like, they're just
They
like
charge,
adult, like, they don't get paid for stuff.
no,
But then you got,
semi-pro you get paid. Like the second division, they're not professionals.
but then, like,
The
I'm talking
professional is
like,
the
okay,
highest
let's
level.
say let's say let's say like, okay, like, you got NFL, then you got UFL or whatever, XFL. Like, that's not
That's
semi-pro. Like, it
no,
just, I
that's
think that it depends. Like, if they're getting paid for it, they're still, to me, they're still professional. But
but
there's a
they
different
shouldn't
level to it.
they shouldn't be called semi-pro then.
They're not
Semi-professional.
called semi-pro. That's why it depends. I've heard semi-pros as people, they literally just go on their own dime, and they pay for their own equipment, and they go and they do it for fun, basically, for the exposure and for the opportunity. So I don't know. There's different definitions for
It's just
for semi-pro.
the different way of like, I guess just like Smiley said, he's they will be professional in the people's eyes. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money, like Jason said, that the clients that his friend is DJing for don't want to spend more than 300, then I guess that level is the minimum, is like the requirement. So I guess to them that's
Yeah,
a
but that's the thing.
professional.
It's like, okay, then when do you call someone? When do you call a DJ a professional? Like, all right, when they charge more than $300, it's like, I don't think that's.
But I don't think, like I said, I don't think money, like a certain amount of money makes you a professional. I think it's what you give. Like you show like your work. You show your portfolio. You show your portfolio. You show your setup. You show your cable
Then if
management. All of that. If you see pictures of like if you see pictures of like bar, like DJ bar
Yeah, DJ bar.
or a DJ Solstice, all of them. Like you can see on the videos or pictures, those are professionals. Now you see like new DJs that are starting, they're getting paid, but like how their setup looks, and it's not great. It's
Yeah,
not,
but
I guess
it's
that's
still, yeah, but
they're
that's
building
then
themselves into a
subjective. Then
professional level.
it's subjective. Yeah, I agree. I agree with it that there's levels, but it's
Like
like,
Jason said, there's levels.
yeah, there are levels to it, but it's like, to me, the mindset is, yeah, you're charging money. It's like, come on, like, then you've got to take it, at least from yourself, right? Like, to yourself, you're like, all right, like, you have to feel that, like, someone's charging me money to get this event right, they're paying me money to come out here and do a service for them. It's like, you need to take that seriously. It's not like,
Oh
oh
no,
yeah,
yeah,
I'm this guy's uncle, and I'm coming out, I'm just an amateur DJ, I'm doing this for fun, but pay me $300 or something. It's like, to me, that doesn't make sense. But definitely, there's definitely levels to it. But it's also like, okay, like, when do you call, like, am I like, okay, that I'm not a professional DJ because I don't have like subs, and I don't have a huge like setup like bar does. It's like, so when do you get to that level? There's no way to really
when you
to
buy the
say that.
sauce, when you buy the sauce, and then
Yeah,
you
no, that's not. Fuck that shit, dude.
no.
I'm a professional DJ. I don't know if I have subs or not, bro. I'll like blow anyone else out of the water with my Rev 1. So it's like it's like your equipment, and it's like it's hard to say that because it's subjective then, when someone's who's a professional and who's not. So, oh, hold on, click
So
at the same time.
if they're taking payment, they are
Right, right.
professional, but it doesn't mean they are providing professional service.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just think, like, if you're taking payments, it's like, people are gonna expect you, even if you don't do it right now, right? It's like, at least hold yourself to, there's a certain standard you have to hold yourself to, and you have to take it seriously. You have to give it, offer a clean setup. As soon as you're accepting money for something, it's like, have that mindset. That's my point, right? It's like, so then when do you call someone a professional? Then it's like, all right, this guy,
I mean,
you have to have certain
I
gear, you have to have certain
I
number
don't
of
really
followers.
care.
It's like,
I don't
what is
really
that?
care for the controller, to be honest. I don't care for that. I have a T7.
That's why to me in my book, it's you're a professional when you start charging money, and then you gotta hold yourself to a higher standard at that point. So it's like,
I like what Jason said in this one. Like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so he basically put it like in between like both thoughts. You are a professional because you're getting paid, but you're not providing professional service. So pretty much that's how I see it. That's
yeah, yeah.
that's what yeah, that's the
Right.
common
You're
denominator.
right. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. So that's on you, right? So someone's giving you money, they're putting the trust in you, so you have to provide that service too, So that's why I'm like, yo, like, I'm charging people money for this. It's like, yeah, I'm a professional DJ. So I have to provide that level of service, and give
Mhm.
it, and give it that level of attention, and that much of my time to when I'm doing this for people. So it's like, take it seriously in that sense. Like, if you don't want to take it that seriously, then it's like, just do it for free.
Like a hobby, yeah. It should be
Yeah,
like
do it like a hobby. Do it at home, and do it. But yeah, that's why it's like, okay, like, if we want to talk about, like, then what makes you a professional, then it's like, what else makes you professional? Because the equipment, I'm gonna say the equipment doesn't, because I rocked with cheap shit. I made my own booth. I have the Rev One. I don't have subs. I have
no,
Chinese uplights. It's like, all
the,
that stuff. It's like,
the equipment doesn't make you professional either. I just said like how you how you like your portfolio, how you able to like deal with the crowd,
yeah.
like the crowd,
But then even that,
reading
it's
the
like,
crowd and stuff like
there's
that.
no way to measure that either. It's like, yeah, like, okay, this guy is really hyped up, and he beat matches, and he does word plays, but this guy fades in and fades out. But it's like, I don't know. It's like, it's hard if we're talking like, like, what's professional versus what's not. It's like, to me, it's like that deciding factor is money, and then, yeah, it's on you. You have to provide, like, the right service and the right level. So
The right professionalism and the
yeah, the
service that you
professionalism you have to bring. Yeah, that's what obviously, like, makes you truly, what separates, the people that are real amateurs, and just like masquerading as professionals. But you're still, I think song selection is a big part of it. Yeah, knowing clients' taste. Yeah. No, that's the biggest thing, as a DJ, is just, it's the song selection, and what you're playing for the crowd that you have. That's it is. It's like, you could have any speakers, you could have any, you could be playing your, like, it's okay. This would be unprofessional, but you're playing it off of an iPod. But if you're playing the right music, it's like,
Mhm.
you're doing a good job as a DJ. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, people don't know about brands. Yeah, exactly.
As long as the cheap lighting does the same expensive ones and works, it's a
Yeah,
brand.
everything has to work. I think that's okay. Let's talk about that. Like, obviously we got to wrap it up. We're going over time, but everything has to work. So if you're buying stuff, it's unprofessional when your gear doesn't work. So it's like, yeah, whether it's a brand name thing or it's not, it's like, it has to work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like a newbie, right, that's getting paid probably doesn't have a backup for a backup.
Right,
That's,
right.
so problem solving and like the experience basically that we have now. Like, back then, if my mixer or my controller went down, like that was it for me. I didn't
Yeah.
have anything. So like,
Yeah, so
like
that's like, if
like
if you if your equipment went down at an event, and then you had nothing to, like, save it, like, yeah, you'd be like, everyone's like, yo, you paid for this shit. Like, it's like this guy's not a professional. So it's like,
Mhm.
I think that's a big part of being a professional, is making sure that your stuff is good quality and is going to work, for what they're paying you for. And then, yeah, like, if something goes down, because you have no control over that, that you have some way to recover and still like deliver on the service that you promised them.
Exactly. So that makes you a professional. So like Jason said, you can charge. You're professional, but you don't
Yeah,
give a professional service. So that's what
yeah,
I was. Okay. So that maybe I didn't express myself right, but that's exactly what I meant.
yeah, yeah. So
You
there's a
can.
difference. Yeah, I think yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think that's yeah. I think I agree. That definitely. It's like yeah, just because you're charging for something, but then there's a certain standard that you have to hold yourself to. So maybe in a next episode we can talk about like what are the things that you need, right? I think it's kind of an interesting thing to think about. Is like okay, it's not like what equipment or you have new
Yeah,
equipment or
yeah.
this or
It
that.
has nothing to do with the equipment specifically. I
It's like
just know
what are the things that make
that
someone right?
makes you
Obviously,
professional, I guess.
yeah, you charge money, but then what do you provide in return for that? You know,
Hmm. Yeah, we can talk about that next week.
they're
That's a great.
DJs,
That's a great topic, actually.
bro. This is crazy. Look what he wrote. There's DJs in my area that use YouTube, iTunes, and have subscriptions. The commercials are played like that. That is unprofessional, no doubt.
But he
So,
got paid,
dude,
though.
imagine you paid someone to show up, and then they're playing something that commercials are playing in the middle of your like wedding or your party. It's like, bro, like,
At least pay the YouTube premium.
yeah, it's like you're getting paid for this. It's like okay, like if it was your brother who's doing this for free, okay, whatever. Some ads are playing,
Yeah.
but as soon as you're charging someone $100 or even $50, doesn't matter. It's like a lawyer, you know. You pay that $1, it's a retainer. You know, it's like all right, you pay them something. It's like you got it. You can't be having ads playing at like that. That's unprofessional, you know. So yeah, maybe we can do that in a next video where we talk about
Or off of YouTube with no subscription.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll cut it off right now because we passed. But it was a great conversation, great discussion. Um, I we learned from you guys the way you handle song requests and like for the prep and we are every DJ know the preparation. Some preparation is very key for a successful event. Make sure that you get like a must play, do not play list. And if you're not aware of a song, if you don't know a song, make sure you listen to it. That way you know where to play the song. Maybe you can see in YouTube other DJs play that song and you see how their crowd reacted. I'm not saying it might be the same, the crowd that you're gonna play against is gonna react the same way, but at least you have an idea of things. So hopefully, our discussion today helped someone of you guys, and we'll recoup next week with the new topic, which is going to be what you give back as a
Yeah, what do you
professional.
when you're charging someone like what are the I don't know what comes with the title, but like professionalism checklist or something, you know?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, I
something like
agree.
that.
Like, but yeah, that's what I'm. You know, it's like you once you're charging. I was asked for sexy red. Yes, we're going to talk about that. Can you is playing dirty music being a professional? I think so, but yeah, we'll talk about it next time. Good chat though. It was good.
Yeah, it was fun, guys. Thank you very
Thanks for
much, Jason.
joining
Appreciate
again,
your time.
Smiley
Thank you for
Smiley and
coming.
Essay. Yes, sir.
Well, thank you guys for showing up, and we'll see you next week.
See you
You have a
next
good
week,
one.
guys. Bye.
Peace.